Welcome to this live stream. And on this live stream, it's going to be a bit briefer because I have other things that I intend doing. However, if you're just connecting, thank you for connecting to this live stream. Ensure you kindly like the live stream. Don't forget also to subscribe to this channel, please, so that whenever we come online like this, you also be part of those persons who will join the conversation. Okay, so don't also forget to share this live stream so that persons that will be connecting for the first time will get to also benefit from the discussions that we're going to be having this night. So the big question right now is Peter Obi relevant in 2027? Is Peter Obi really relevant in 2027? So we need to have that conversation. You know, a lot of propaganda has been flying here and there that Peter Obi has actually lost relevance compared to how he was in 2023. And that's what we want to discuss in this on this live stream. Do you think that Peter Obi has actually lost relevance in 2027? My honest opinion, all these things are actually propaganda. Some are saying that because of the persons that are flogging around Peter Obi, that those persons are actually making him lose relevance. They're actually demarketing him. The next question is, who is Peter Obi? What do you know about Peter Obi before you talk about the people around him? Peter Obi is somebody that is a man of simplicity. He associates with a lot of persons. And if you have been following the conversation for the last 24 hours to 48 hours, there have been conversations around the people around Peter Obi, right? Now, I want to let us know categorically that Peter Obi does not discriminate. He's a very simple man. He's not a man that discriminates. And we're going to also look at that on this live stream. And again, another part of the conversation I saw is that there were a brief set of persons that actually come out to react on what actually happened. And they were like, Peter Obi has actually lost a group of persons that were his major support base. And that these persons were the ones that, by this time, in fact, I listened to one lady, I think her point was that she was a major person that pushed for the campaign of Peter Obi in 2023. That this time, she will actually sit back because Peter Obi did not go back to compensate the persons that helped him in 2023. And this has been conversation from different corners. I've heard this kind of comments from somebody else also who also had same comment to make. She was like, in after the 2023 race, that Peter Obi did not go around to compensate the people that assisted him. And we know that somebody like Arababi, he has also made such comments that Peter Obi somehow left the people that actually helped him out in the 2023 race. And that, to an extent, has brought some of those narrative that Peter Obi have lost, that the platform Labour Party gave to him, the massive platform Labour Party gave to him, is the reason why Peter Obi was relevant in 2023. And the big question is, where was Labour Party prior to 2023? How many persons knew about Labour Party prior to 2023? And if you're just connecting to this live stream, please help us like this live stream. Help us to also subscribe to this live stream. And also, please don't just stay on the corner. Don't just stay on the fence. Engage on this live stream. Ensure you drop your own opinion on this topic. And the topic that we're discussing on is Peter Obi losing relevance or is gaining relevance in the 2027 race? Now, talking about Labour Party, the question we should be asking is, how many governors were there under Labour Party prior to 2023? How many senators were there prior to 2023? Who was Peter Obi prior to 2023? And who was his opponent prior to 2023? The interesting question is that if we start looking at this aspect, it will now tell you that Peter Obi is somebody that is who he says he is. Peter Obi is somebody he says he is. Peter Obi is not just a person who is struggling to polish himself. It is somebody that has hidden a lot of things that he has done in the past. And because people who followed him prior to 2023 knew the things he did, and people also who followed him after 2023 got to discover a couple of things he has done, and they are following him for what they know. People are actually following Peter Obi for what they know rather than what he is trying to polish himself to be, as the narrative may go. Peter Obi is not struggling to live a particular life. Rather, Peter Obi is even living less than that life you think he's trying to live, because he's a man that has worked. Peter Obi is a man that has worked. He has shown the work. He has result. He actually has result. Recently, I've looked at some of the commentaries about the road he created. Peter Obi, when you talk about infrastructure, Peter Obi created a lot of roads. When you talk about the health, Peter Obi created a lot of healthcare facilities in his term under the Anambra as the governor. So Peter Obi is somebody that people knows his work. Whether or not people before now, people know what he has done. So he's not struggling to live a kind of life. Oh, thank you so much, Mike, for connecting. Mike is asking something about the earthquake. Mike, I may not really have an information to give you on that at the moment, but if you don't mind, you can actually share in the comment box, okay? Kunle Jasper, say hi. Kunle, thank you so much for having you here. It's nice having you here with us, okay? So we are talking about that topic, is Peter Obi really relevant? Let me tell you the truth why Peter Obi is gaining more relevant. First, I've told us that Peter Obi is not trying to be who is not. Peter Obi is actually who he is. Who is who he tells us he is. So Peter Obi has that result, and people who are following Peter Obi, they are people that knows him. They are following him for what they know he can do, for what they know he has done. Those are the two reasons why people are following him. They know what he has done. They know what he can do. The next set of persons that are following Peter Obi are people that are dissatisfied, people that are disgruntled, people that are dissatisfied with the current system, people that the economy has affected them, people that there's places that I can tell you for sure that all this land grabbing struggles and so on, where people have lost their land, their properties, because they didn't have the connection. Those set of persons are one side there. There are people that, because of this insecurity in the spread across the country, they're actually dissatisfied with the system. Those set of persons are there. There are persons that, because of the high rate of unemployment, those set of persons are there. There are persons that, because of the poor electricity, so those set of persons are there also. There are persons that were promised a lot of things prior to 2023, and they didn't see those things manifest, and they are dissatisfied. There are people that the unjust system have actually made them dissatisfied with the current administration. Those set of persons are there, and those set of persons make up the next group of persons that are aligning towards Peter Obi. Another set of persons are persons that have seen the kind of corruption going on in the APC administration. How many of us are aware that as of the past 72 hours, there is another fake agency that was discovered? There is yet another fake agency that's even different from the Adeyemi fake agency. So Peter Obi has people spread across the lower class, the middle class, and the upper class. He has the intelligent people who are also talking about issues, pure issues. They are not discussing complaints and propaganda. They talk about pure issues. And for 2027 election, it is issue-based discussion. Tell us how you are going to sort the insecurity. Tell us how you are going to bring in investors. Tell us how you are going to expand the scale of employment for the unemployed population. Those are the set of persons that are aligning towards Peter Obi. Tell us how you are going to empower the common man on the street. Tell us how you are going to serve us, whereby we don't need connection to get to where we need to go. Those are the set of persons that are following Peter Obi. Those are the set of persons that are aligning towards him. And Peter Obi is a man that is known that during his administration, he creates job opportunity. He focused more on the local investors. So for the local investors, since the advent of this current administration, how many local investors can you point out has been able to grow under this administration? Do you want to talk about Alingo Dangote, who at some point was struggling when he wanted to create the refinery, who was struggling with the administration? How many local investors are actually doing well on this in this very administration? Now, you want to talk about the aspect of agriculture. Prior to this time, agriculture was a major sector when you talk about Nigeria. I heard Peter Obi in one of the interviews say, if you go to Sambisa, that land space is so big that if that space was safe enough, we know the North before now were known for agriculture. If that space was safe enough, that space could feed the whole of Africa in terms of agriculture. And that's true. And more land in the North. In fact, there are communities, if you go in Benue State, people don't stay again. If you go to Nasarawa, people have left them. And these are key areas where agriculture is their major priority. Agriculture is their major occupation. So these are some of the issues that we should be discussing. And these are set of persons that are leaving the APC to align with Peter Obi. These are the set of persons. So Peter Obi is actually gaining more relevance in 2027. He's gaining more relevance. He's gaining more relevance. In fact, the truth about it is that Peter Obi does not need to advertise himself again. We have so much known Peter Obi come this 2027. What we should even be discussing on right now is how do we protect our vote from the lions, from the clouds of these lions of APC. That's what we should be discussing now. And that's why when I remember how Randy Peter was actually clamoring for a good electoral reform, now I can really see the positive part of it. Because these people knew that the people are dissatisfied. People are dying daily. People are pushing, a number of people are pushing towards the poverty line every day. How many empowerment are there? We talked about empowerment the other day. Our president wife is telling us to go back to Akara, to Kulikuli, to go back to Kulikuli and Akara. So I graduate, I spend over 5 million naira in university, and then I come back to go and fry Kulikuli and Akara. So those are set of persons that are leaving the APC. See, come 2027, people will collect APC their money and eat and still vote Peter Obi. In fact, in APC camp, people will leave them. Yes, this another point again. Do you know that because of this bid for 2027, there are a lot of APC candidates that got dissatisfied because they could not reclaim back their office, including governorship candidates, including some of the governors. Those are some of the persons that will rise up against the APC government come 2027. Let's leave all these things that they are doing. Do you know that in 2027, come that 2027 race, people that have lost their relative, let's use the middle belt for instance, they will come out in mass. In fact, I watched one of the video that was some months back where a particular APC representative was going to speak with the people of Jos. And then the people, if they had their way, if not it was televised, they would have pounced on that man. Because they felt the government is not really feeling their pains. It's not feeling how they feel. It's not feeling it where they are feeling it. And so those set of persons, do you know how many mass burial is done in the north or in the central daily? So this set of persons will come out to vote the APC, to vote them out come 2027. If you go to the north now, in the south, we have relative peace. We have certain relative peace in the south. So if you go to the north, who even have the highest number of population, they will come out against the APC come 2027. They will come out against them. Let me use myself for instance, right? My people in the north, we deal more on agriculture. We do more on agriculture. And interestingly, for the past 3 years, we have left agriculture. Why? An incident happened thrice that made us to discontinue the commercial agriculture we're doing. Whoa, somebody will ask what's commercial agriculture. Simply put, we were actually planting and then selling the products. You get? So that is what I mean by commercial agriculture. So we deal with livestock and then plants, right? Now, one of the first incident happened when my younger ones they were in the farm, and then these herdsmen they attacked them. God so having it, they were able to escape. They narrowly escaped them, and this incident happened thrice. On the third one, my dad was on ground, and they attacked. In fact, that day they almost caught two of the staffs that my dad actually employed to help us in the farm. So from that day, after that incident, my dad said, I think this is the end to farming. Do you know how many persons like that have such stories? And you feel that in 2027, they want to actually push for a government where their life is not safe. Tinubu told us that if we don't have electricity, we should vote him out. Please, in your area, if you are enjoying constant electricity, please let me know in the comment box. I want to know in the comment box. I shared with us the other day that talking about school fee, let me go to education, for instance. Talking about school fee. There were schools that you pay, let's say, 100,000 naira. Now, that same school, their school fee is running close to 1 million naira. And then APC will tell you no fund. The advanced country are moving towards free education. They are moving towards free education. But our people in the leadership, that is public offices, they are rather telling us to loan to go to school. So I become a slave to go to school. Because that money you are still going to pay it, it's not free. You are still going to pay it. So I loan to go to school. Whereas advanced countries are pushing towards getting free education, free basic education, free education to a certain level. They are sponsoring people, scholarships. But our own country, they are telling us about going to loan to go to school. Look at the reverse of things. So these are some of the things that is going to make people to align with Peter Obi. When was the last time the president addressed the country? When was the last time the president addressed the country? When issues happened, when was the last time the president visited the people to talk with them? When was the last time? I want to know when was the last time the president sat with his people, his citizens, to discuss with them. I can remember in Benue State, when that yellow water fight, when that yellow water issue happened, in fact, for the president to even give his comment, it was a serious pressure from Nigerians. When he finally went, they almost turned a meeting that was supposed to commiserate with the people to a political meeting. They almost turned it to a political meeting. And you think that the people will be happy with such a government? Prior to today, you can actually come out, criticize the government and talk about, now you are doing it with caution. Intimidation here and there. Those are some of the things that will make people dissatisfied with the APC administration. They are telling us to build coastal highway, right? Coastal highway. Coastal highway for a road that is not safe for the citizen. Where if you need to travel on the road, you call your relative, please pray for me. I am traveling to, let's say for instance, I'm traveling to Abuja. Please pray for me. While on the road, you are praying that God, please kindly carry me safe to where I'm going to. You see the misplaced priority. These are some of the issues that will make people vote out the APC administration. You are doing coastal highway. If not, there is an interest to make your own gains out of it. Why should coastal highway be the major aspect when security should be fixed? When security should be fixed. So those are issues that makes Peter Obi become more relevant in 2027 conversation. Because when Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State, when it has to do with security issue, Peter Obi was on ground to address it. Peter Obi faced it headlong. And what this APC should be doing in these last days, what I was even expecting them they should be doing, they should have given a marching order by now to the security chiefs. If you can't do it, you step down. You can't do it, you resign. Those are some of the things you're supposed to be hearing. If you have followed this particular channel, English Allergy, if you have checked that channel, you will know what Nigeria, in terms of insecurity, the mess we are finding ourselves. Do you want to talk about the aspect of this thing that was removed? How is it called? Subsidy. Subsidy that was removed. Try to investigate on that rumors. Try to investigate on the rumor. And then you come back and understand that this government, they were not prepared at all. They were not prepared at all. In every government prior to the APC administration, every opposition party members, they were free to contest. Because those administrations were not scared. They were ready to be criticized. Those days, the people criticized the government. The government were scared of the people. But right now, the people are scared of the government. The reverse is the case. All parties, they want to tighten the space for all other parties to be able to contest. Another quick analysis, using the interviews that Davido and his uncle have granted in recent time, say that for the Osun State election, they spent over 100 billion naira for the election. Imagine if that money was spent for empowerment, for health, for education. Imagine that money spent. Why keep that money for election? You know, they used to say that the president have a lot of pressure, this and this, there are challenges here and there, they met debt. Okay, you met debt. The office is challenging. Why not resign? Okay, if you say that the Nigerians are complaining too much, that you are trying, they are not appreciating you, why not allow another person to try? Yet, you are actually closing the windows for other opposition parties. Yet, you are spending money to buy votes, but you are saying that the office, there is nothing there. You are complaining of the challenges, but yet, you are even, if you see opportunity to unalive the entire citizen for you to still continue the office, you will do so. You are holding a very firm grip to power, yet you are complaining that the people are complaining too much, they are criticizing too much, they are not seeing the good part of the administration. If you can't fix it, for me or left for me, the best this administration can do, it is what they have done already. Why do I say so? Because after the first 4 years, your score sheet is supposed to be what the criteria we are going to assess you to give you the next 4 years. And in the next 4 years, because you know you have nothing to lose, you become relaxed and complacent, right? Now, if the first 4 years, what that we are supposed to use to assess the APC administration, you are poorly performing, what do you now expect they are going to do come the next administration when they know they have nothing to lose? That should be the big question we should be asking. If in the first 4 years that they know that they have more to lose, that the citizens are actually going to campaign against them, the citizens are going to vote against them, they are actually ruling us in this pattern, what will happen when they know they have nothing to lose? And why I say that we need to prove to the APC government that the power truly belongs to the people come 2027 is because if this administration is actually unseated, when we vote against them come 2027, the next government that will enter will sit up, knowing that if they don't perform well, the people will actually unseat them. come the next election. And that will be a lesson for subsequent regimes. But if we can't get it right this time, don't forget, before just a quick one, don't forget that there is already a new tax law that is about to take full shape. Already, those days I can buy, proud to 2023, I can buy 5 GB. It will carry me for 2 weeks. Now, I am buying 20 GB for 2 days. Sometimes we will not even reach 2 days. I buy 5 GB prior to 2023 and it will take me for 2 weeks. Now, I buy 20 GB. It cannot last me more than 2 days. The bank charges those days, no matter the transaction I do, at most 50 naira. Now, for me that is sending money, they are charging me. For the person receiving the money, they are charging the person. The current administration took dollar, they're about 6 something, 580 to 6 something. Now, dollar has hung there permanently at 1,350. And APC government are telling us that they are performing well. How much was a bag of rice when they took the government? How much was a bag of rice? How much is a bag of rice now? How much was a bag of cement when they took over? How much is cement now? Now, let me give a quick one. I bought a fridge in 20, I bought this small, should I call it freezer, in 2023 for 100,000 naira. I bought it for 100,000 naira. That same freezer, I went to price it again because I needed it. I needed another one because of the things I wanted to put inside. That same freezer now is costing about 350 naira. Sorry, 350,000 naira. The freezer I bought 100,000 naira is now in 2026 is 350,000 naira. And you are telling me that this administration is doing well. Prior to 2023, the houses you could rent for 100,000 naira. That same house in 2026, you will rent that same house for 1,000,000 naira. Okay, let me not exaggerate much, right? Let me give us a good picture of it. Now, a safe con, a room and parlor safe con, right? A room and parlor safe con. I got it for where I stay, right? The area I stay, I got it for 160,000 naira in 2023. Now, that same a room and parlor safe con, right? I got that same a room and parlor safe con in 2025 for 600,000 naira per annum, whereas I was paying 160,000 naira in 2023. Now, go back to calculate how much is the salary. The same salary I have been earning in 2023. The only difference is 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira is the only difference because I'm working on that in federal parastatal, right? 20,000 naira is the only difference in increment. Now talk about those persons who are working in private settings for the menial jobs. How much has increased in their salary? For their boss, how much do they even make daily to be able to think of adding something meaningful in their salary? These are some of the issues that will make people to vote against APC come 2027. These are some of the things. I talked about the fake agency. For the entire rule of PDP, please tell me one fake agency that was ever discovered. For the entire rule of PDP, one fake agency that was ever discovered. Yet, two has been discovered in less than 3 months in the current administration. 2 fake agencies already on the government budget. Already on the government budget. Our senators, our House of Rep members, they are living lavish lives. The ordinary citizen In fact, once they gain power, you no longer become an equal to them. You become less of human before them. They are, how will they even take care of our roads when they don't travel on roads? A common councillor today will start flying aeroplane, and then you expect that same person flying aeroplane to think about the security on the road. To think about the security on the road. A House of Assembly member will be sick of headache today. He's already in UK, he's already in US. How many of them will now still have time to think about our healthcare facilities? How much our medical care actually cost? How many of them will have that time to think about it? And that is why Peter Obi will become more relevant in 2027. Because this very administration has set of persons who knows Peter Obi for who he is before 2023. This very administration has set of people who knew Peter Obi after 2023 for who he is. And this particular administration has people who has been dissatisfied in a lot of ways. They have been dissatisfied in a lot of ways. Another third group of persons. Talking about the elite, this particular administration have the elite in one hand who have looked at where our country was. Look at the parameters. Look at the scale. Someone, I think it should be Donald Duke that in one of his interviews that talked about those days where other countries used to come to Nigeria to get workers. We used to send loan workers to other countries to help them from health and other sectors. Now, our healthcare personnel, you don't want to check how much it costs them to travel abroad. Do you want to talk about the scrutiny? They even scrutinize us. There was a time that if you go abroad as a Nigerian, in fact, finding out that you are a Nigerian, you have less of scrutiny compared to other countries, compared to other African countries. Now, the fact that they just find out you are in Nigeria, if I look at South Africa of yesterday, they are driving Nigerians out of their country. South Africa of yesterday is driving Nigerians out of their country. So, these are issues that we should be talking about come 2027. These are issues that the APC has to answer. Let me talk about, I was talking about the traveling plan, right? IELTS, for instance, in 2023 was 89,000 naira. It rose from 85 to 89,000 naira in 2023. IELTS as of today, we are talking about close to 400,000 naira as of the moment. And then somebody is telling me that things were better now compared to 2023. No, some person will justify that it was the Buhari administration. So, IELTS 89,000 now 2023. Was that not Tinubu's regime? 2023 till date. And that same IELTS as of today is costing around close to 400,000 naira. Now, I'm just talking about the exam registration alone. Now, to process your visa, for people that have international passport, how much was international passport before 2023? How much is it now to renew? Those are some of the issues we should be asking ourselves. How much was it to process visa in 2023? How much is it now? I heard a story of a particular guy that was supposed to go and contest it on mathematics, something like that. And then that the Minister of Health said there is no money to sponsor him. There was no money to sponsor him. And then that guy later went to compete under, I can't really cite that very well, but he ended up winning. I think it was at the national level, he went for that contest and won. Now imagine if he was sponsored for that event at China. Just imagine it. Those days, our government, they pumped money into education. They They poured money into health. There was a time where certain surgeries were done in Nigeria. Now, if you go to those facilities are referring people out of Nigeria because the best hands are traveling out. We have a lot of brain drain. Go to most federal parastatals, especially let's use the health for instance. Go there. Hospital prior to 2023 or 2015 that they will have for each shift, they can have up to 8 nurses on ground. There are some of those facilities you go now, they have some one nurse, some they may not even have up to one nurse on ground. They are actually using the healthcare assistant to try to improvise. Facilities where on call you could have, let's say, 3 to 4 doctors on call. Now you are struggling to have one doctor on call because they just want to see the remaining hands left. They just want to see how to be able to beat up with the shift. Sorry, I have to switch over. I think my data, this is part of the things we are talking about. The data I just bought now cannot even carry how many minute live stream. The same data that could carry me for how many weeks. So those are things we are actually discussing about. And that is the same Nigeria they are telling us we should still maintain. Come 2023, all these things has to change. Nigeria were competing at every level. We're competing at health level, we're competing at education, we're competing with infrastructure. Someone will ask me, what level, what aspect? Let's go to tourism, for instance, right? Let's go to tourism. Do you know that Cross River State, for instance, that brought about Carnival, that Carnival now spread to different states, made Nigeria a center of attraction? That people were traveling from other countries to come in. People were traveling from other countries to Nigeria just to see things for themselves. Lagos was a city that most people outside, they wanted to come in to see. Cross River State was a city most people outside, they wanted to come in. Port Harcourt was a city, people wanted to travel in to see what is going on. And do you know that with all this innovation, it was also creating employment for the people? Now, somebody said a good way to solve insecurity is creating employment opportunities. Because when you occupy the minds of these youth, the minds of these people that perpetrate evil, you take them out of the street. If you occupy them, nobody knows that he is supposed to be at work where he earns 300,000 naira per month as a menial job, and then we want to be lazing around to lose that kind of offer. So when you create job opportunities, you take people out of the street. So let's use that carnival, for instance. During this carnival season, for instance, let me use that for instance, right? There are people that will buy shops to sell during that festive period. There are people that will buy space to display different things, which when these visitors come, they will buy the products they have to sell. They will buy the local made products. And this, on the other hand, was giving returns both to the government and then to the citizens. There were people that were out there to display other talents. There were people that got connection through them. Now, what were the things that made up Cross River State during this regime? We have Obudu Ranch, we have Tinapa, which was a free trade zone. Tinapa was a free trade zone. Now go to Tinapa of today. I challenge anybody to go to Tinapa of today and then flash back to Tinapa during Donald Duke regime. Lagos of today with Lagos during Obasanjo regime. Lagos of today with Lagos of during Yaradua regime. Those were the cities that were booming those days. Everybody wants to come from abroad. They want to come to Lagos. They want to come to Port Harcourt. They want to come to Abuja. The same Abuja today. How many of us know that Abuja as of today, they are suffering with flood? The same Abuja of today. These are issues that we are going to be looking at to mark the scorecard of APC come 2027, which is why Peter Obi is getting more relevance come 2027. Abuja, that was supposed to be a center of attraction, is suffering with flood today. I am even hearing a case of Cross River State, Calabar, suffering the same flood issues. That many lives have been lost with flood. So these are issues. And if you check, these are issues that come to do with man's stinginess, man greediness, because of all these land grabbing issues. Because of all these land grabbing issues. Do you want to talk about that of Lagos? So these are issues that we will use to mark APC come 2027. You will start seeing in coming days that the APC people will start going from church to campaign. The churches, you will not see them after the election or even before the election. You will see them. But please, when they come to you, remember that 50,000 naira will not buy you life. When all these kidnappers catch you come 2027, when your child is sick and you need money to buy antibiotics, the 50,000 naira for basic medications that were supposed to be free of charge. Remember the principles of primary health care: affordability, accessibility. Affordability, accessibility. Very important. 50,000 naira will not carry you. There are certain surgeries that are supposed to be free of charge. They are not supposed to pay for them. But those surgeries right now, we are talking about close to millions of naira. Our roads, I talked about it earlier. They are spending money on super highway, yet the road is not safe for the people to travel. Now, a quick one. Do you know that I wanted to travel from here to Cross River State, from where I was to Cross River State, and from Cross River State to Benue State, and then to Abuja? I now made findings on how much it costs around that route. And what I'm talking about last year, 2025, towards October. I'm not talking about now. We'll talk about what it was in 2023, and then we'll now look at what it was in 2025 and what it looks like now. Now, in 2023, to travel from Lagos State to Calabar in 2023, it cost about 28,000 naira using Peace Mass. While GUO, it cost 32,000 naira. 25,000 naira for Peace Mass, yes. 32,000 naira for GUO. The same two companies in 2025, for GUO, it costs 85,000 naira. GUO as of October, about 85,000 naira. While for Peace Mass, it costs about close to there about, I think it was 60 something or 70 something thousand naira, right? In October 2025. If it was that amount in October 25, go and find out what it costs now to travel from Lagos State to Cross River State, and then what it costs to travel from Cross River State to Benue State, what it costs from there to Abuja. Go and check that circle. When those places, there were places from Lagos State, in fact, those days, when the first transport spike that happened between Lagos and Cross River State terminal was 12,000 naira. I think that was cross country, or yeah, I think it should be cross country. 12,000 naira. We're complaining as at then. Other this thing you could use prior to 2015, prior to 2015, 10,000 naira, 12,000 naira will carry you from Lagos to Cross River State. Now, you cannot use 50,000 naira to travel from Lagos State on road to Cross River State. Not as if the money is appreciating. The standard of living is diving down the curve. Why the cost of living is increasing? The cost of living is increasing. The standard of living is decreasing. Those are issues we'll be discussing in 2027. Those are issues we'll be discussing in 2027. So if you want to continue, thank you so much, Gabriel Membo. Thank you so much, Gabriel Membo. For everyone that have connected to this live stream, I really appreciate every one of us. Your presence here means a lot to me. I don't know what you have to say on this line of discussion. Please let us know in the comment box. If you have one or two things to contribute, let us know in the comment box, okay? If you have one or two things to add, let us know in the comment box. And we are talking about, there are rumors where they are pushing this propaganda that Peter Obi has lost relevance in 2027 race compared to what he was in 2023. So I'm now telling us that if there is anybody that has lost relevance, is the APC. Peter Obi is gaining more relevance. And then for people who supported Peter Obi in 2023 and were waiting for reward, know that come 2027, we're not just fighting to recover a system who is doing better. We're fighting to recover a system who is already trying to affect the life of our future generation, the life of our grandchildren. Do you know the amount of loan Nigeria is owing? That even in our lifetime, we may not pay it and finish if we get it wrong. Our children will come to pay, to continue the payment. Do you know that it will get to a time where we'll all have to work under different Chinese companies, all those countries that our country is owing them? We have to work in their companies for free if we don't get it right come 2027. So these are things we need to consider come 2027. These are things we need to consider. So we are not fighting to get a country that is already comfortable. We are trying to fight for our own destiny and destiny of our children, the future of our children. So you should not wait until somebody comes to pay you. Don't wait until Peter Obi comes to reward you. Let's first of all reclaim back the progress of this country. Let's first of all reclaim back the peace of this country, the security of this country, the electrical increment in the power supplied. For instance, Peter Obi has promised us that it's not only going to give 10,000 megawatts. Bring it. It's going to, guys, what will be flowing, what will be supplied is 10,000 megawatts. That is the major feat. Let's start from there. Let's start from there first. He's telling us in terms of education, he's going to pump money into them. That means we are talking about a man who is going to give us a hope or a flash of hope. He's promising us that hope, that there will come a time where we'll return back to free basic education, where scholarships, where we used to get scholarships. Do you know that? I don't know if that still exists. Those days, under the Jonathan regime, at least the major oil producing states, if you are a citizen of those oil producing states, they have certain amounts they were paying, certain stipend they were paying to the people. Is that money still going on now? I want to hear that if you're a student. Is that money still going on now? Are they still paying that stipend? There's a certain amount they pay. I think it was there about 50,000 every month to persons that belong to the five major oil producing states. So Peter is promising us that there is hope that we can return back to free education, to scholarships. Look at what Very Dark Man did the other day, where that guy that had that super talent to construct things, he has sent him to China. These are things that were there during the Obasanjo regime, down to the Jonathan regime. When they identify talent, they sponsor them abroad to go and learn. And which was what China did. China actually sponsored her citizens out to go and learn, and then brought back those people. When they learned, they came back and was able to change the technological infrastructure of the country, where China is light years ahead of most countries today. We need that kind of government that can sponsor bright minds. Do you think that if our country was better today, if our country was safe today, if the standard of living was okay today, that people will be running, it will be a thing of pride to travel to America, to travel to, do you know that even lately now, people are not even looking for visa to travel to the Asian country or to the white country. People are even looking for how to travel to even the fellow African countries. If our system was better, to travel out would not be a thing of pride. It was supposed to be a thing of leisure and not a thing of pride. Traveling is not supposed to be an article of ostentation. Traveling is supposed to be a thing of leisure. Do you know that most African countries with the rate of insecurity we are suffering, they are not thinking of coming to Nigeria again, for which Nigeria was already in the map of the world as a tourist center. So these are things we should consider, that come 2027, we are not doing Peter Obi a favor. We are doing ourselves the favor of reclaiming back our country. And then, on the other hand, I think Peter Obi, on this point, for the people close to him, we need to start consolidating people across, instead of this division that has been rumored around the past how many days. We have to start consolidating the energy around and see how we can secure our vote, to make our votes count, despite the system that have put laws in place to make our votes not to count. We have to already start planning and strategizing on that aspect. Everybody matters come this 2027. Every single person matters. And please don't be distracted by religion. Don't be distracted by sentiment. Don't be distracted by tribe. Don't be distracted by regional differences. Let's all come together as one. Because if religion divides us, if tribe divides us, if a region divides us, poverty will unite us. Insecurity will unite us. Expensive educational system will unite us. Expensive healthcare services will unite us. If our tribe divide us come 2027, if our religion will allow it to divide us, expensive housing will unite us come 2027 if we get it wrong, if we fail to get it right. Expensive purchase of common food products will unite us. We will owe loan that we may not be able to pay. And do you know it's not even owing the loan alone? We still have tax. The current administration is planning to tax us come 2027 after the election. These are things we must be fast to get it right, not to lose it at this point. So I think I wouldn't want to stretch further. If you have any contribution to make at this point, let us know in the comment box. Please let us know in the comment box. I'm seeing a couple of us. We are so much on this live stream, but compared to the persons that have liked this live stream, I think there's a lot of difference. Let's help us. Please, at this point, help me like the live stream, okay? Kindly help us like the live stream, please. Also help us to subscribe to this channel. Help us subscribe to this channel, okay? Please help us like the live stream. It's free of charge. You don't pay for it. It's actually free of charge. You don't pay for it. Help us share this live stream. If you have any contribution to make, the floor is open at this point. If you have any contribution to make, the floor is open. The campaign has been actually open. The floor has been open. Campaign, sell out Peter Obi in any capacity you have. That is the best candidate we have currently on the ballot. Help us sell him out. That is the man that can fix the country. That's the man with the code that can transform the country. Don't be carried away with distraction. Don't allow anybody dissuade you. Don't allow anybody distract you. Come 2027, Peter Obi does not need so much advertisement. What he needs is for us to vote him in, for him to help us reclaim our country. And it does not end there, as I would like to balance it. From bottom to top, we need competent hands. From the councillor up, because Peter Obi alone will not be able to fix things. He still needs people that are competent, So that's your counselor you want to go and vote. Ensure he is a man that can deliver the will and the desire of the people. Not a man that when he gets the office, he will be flying private jets. He will forget that he started from the road. When he gets to the office, he will start considering the people less of human. He forget that he got to the office through the will and the votes of the people. So from the councillor to the House of Rep to the House of Assembly, all of them, let's get it right. To the senators, don't allow them to come and bribe you with 5,000 naira, 15,000 naira, 50,000 naira that cannot last you beyond a week. What is the worth of 50,000 naira in today's administration? In this APC administration, what is the worth of 50,000 naira? What can you actually buy for 50,000 naira? How long can 50,000 naira last you in this current administration that you want to be tempted to sell your vote? Please don't sell your vote come 2027. Vote the right man. At least for 2027 ballot, we have people that can actually transform this country. And we have the best man on the ballot in person of Peter Obi. Don't get it wrong. Let's not get it wrong this time. Let's not get it wrong this time. Come out and vote Peter Obi. He has that potential to reclaim this country and to win the election. Let's support him. Let's help to campaign for him to sell his candidacy to other persons that may not be aware, and to those of us that are in the city that have people in the rural setting. Please call your mommy in the village, call your daddy in the village, let them know that 20,000 naira, 5,000 naira will not last them beyond 3 days. That they should not sell their vote. Peter Obi is the man. The party with the logo that has 2 fingers, that's what they should vote. Educate them of the logo of the party. The party that has that logo that has 2 fingers, come 2027, that is what they have to vote. And they should not stay at home. They should not go and say, let me go and sell my market. Let me go and do this. Let me go to the farm. All of them, we can sacrifice farm for that day. We can sacrifice market for that day and get the country back. Let all of them come out and vote. Speak to your people that our vote is going to count. At the back end, the leadership of the NDC and other opposition parties, they are putting things in place to ensure that our vote is going to count, despite the disgraceful electoral law that we have, despite the electoral law that is almost against the opposition. Our vote is still going to count. The mandate of the people will prevail come 2027. So educate your people in the village, those ones in the rural setting. Educate them, let them come out and vote. They should not sell their votes to anybody. Look at what the Osun State people did. They all came out in their numbers. Let's take that example. Let's come out and vote. And anybody that will stand on our way, you already know what to do. So we shouldn't allow anybody intimidate us. We shouldn't allow anybody to stop us from voting in the right man, right? So I believe that this particular live stream was actually meaningful to us, and we have learned 1 or 2 things. We have been able to pick 1 or 2 things. If you have any contribution to make, please drop it in the comment box. Help me like the live stream, please. Help me like the live stream, please. Just double tap on your screen or you click the like button below, okay? And if you have not subscribed, kindly help us subscribe to this channel. Thank you for everyone that have been there right from the beginning of this conversation. Thank you for everybody that have been there. Peter Obi is much relevant in 2027 because there are those of us that have gone and know who Peter Obi truly is, his record. You think they have not scrutinized him? Do you want to talk about integrity? They have checked him if he's a man of integrity, and they have proven him that he has passed. Do you want to talk about investment? They have proven him he has passed. A man who said, no, the government should not pay me my worth as an ex-governor. They should use it for the development of the state. That is the kind of leader that we need. Just like Goodluck, who say that his personal ambition is not worth the life of any Nigerian. The people who think of nation building rather than just winning election know that after winning election, there's another aspect called leadership. There's another aspect called governance. The APC may know how to win election, but you have seen it when it comes to governance. At least since 2023 till date, you have seen that that aspect is lacking with them, and we can't risk it come 2027. So please, let's all come out and vote, okay? Don't allow that propaganda. Don't allow anybody sell that propaganda for you that Peter Obi is not gaining momentum. Peter Obi is well known. Peter Obi is doing well. Peter Obi is the right man for the job. And I believe that come 2027, that is the right man you are going to vote. Enjoy the rest of your day and looking forward to see you on subsequent live stream. Thank you for coming this far with us. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for liking this live stream. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. I love you all. Cheers.